Well, I am back again, this time to officially celebrate the completion of week 12 of Outlander. Yes, it has been 12 full weeks since we have gotten one new episode at all, and it looks like it's going to be quite a while till we get the second part of season 7. We're kind of hoping that we might be able to squeak it into the year, but then things happen and craziness happened, and now the craziness is over. I do have a video on the actor strike being finished. They have to vote on things, but tentatively they have taken the deal, and we should be getting some new television of all kinds starting next February. We're expecting production to get back in before the holidays, some anyway, but most of the productions, television and movie, will be getting started like after the holidays because it's the holidays and people want to go do holiday things. There's some logistics to work out with so many shows trying to get back in gear at the same time, but they're back, so yay. As for Outlander, well, we do have something very interesting and fun today, and that is this picture right here, posted by Sam Heughan. Yes, with the strike over, we do expect some actual posts from our actors and anybody in production. Anybody. I'll take anything, any news, please. But we've got Sam here, simply saying the strike is over. Delighted to be able to work, promote, and talk about acting again. Cannot blame them. Can you imagine having a job that you love and not being able to talk about it? I annoy people with my, you know what, I do YouTube stuff, but they can talk about it again, which means hopefully this channel will have some more interesting news to share, other than, guess what, I have no news to share. Now, while I am poking around on Instagram, I did notice a few more stories were posted and possibly could be some interesting things we'd be interested in. So I'm going to go check those out for us too real quick. Okay, have you entered to win a personalized video message? No, I have not. We should probably do that. And of course, Sam is inspiring us once again to do some workouts. Oh boy, 100 squats. My problem is I can get down. I'm just not sure about the getting up part. Push-ups I can do. Stephen Cree is what? Nestle Access ceramic bars after 64 years. Apparently that is upsetting news. Inside Out too. Have to remind my daughter of that. Thanks, Stephen. And we got John Bell. I'll be honest, I was hoping they'd sneak an Outlander behind the scenes update there, but I will take any information in the... Well, there were no Outlander behind the scenes sneaks there, but since they're posting and saying that they are allowed to talk about it, I do hope that soon I will have some fun behind the scenes pictures and stuff to share with you. I will be, again, waiting for those alerts and combing the internet, trying to find us something fun. But I did have something kind of interesting to share with you about Sasnak City. The gathering takes place in Kansas City, Missouri. It happened this past weekend. Now, because the strike wasn't over yet, there were some limits on what could be shared and what could be done. There aren't quite as many images out there as there normally would be, but of course, some sneaky folks did share a few pictures, and because there were still photo ops done on day 1 and day 2, there were quite a few of your glossy 8x10s that did get shared by people, so I'm going to go through some of those as well. Who doesn't love a little sneak peek into the conventions that we just can't quite get to? Yeah, this was one I was hoping to get to, but life happens. Trying to make myself very tiny so I don't get in the way of some of these pictures. You can see Sasnak City, and you can see all our stars sitting there. We've got, of course, from one end to the other. Let's see if I do. I'm probably going to mix up the actors' names and the character names, but we have got our Denny at the end, Ian, young Ian, then William, then looks like Lizzie. Okay, and that's our new Jenny. And who is on the far end? I'm guessing someone in production because I don't recognize him now. Oh, that's Lewis, isn't it? Yes. Okay. So we've got a lot of our actors sitting there ready to go. And I'm guessing the host there mulling over what they should share, I guess. Always make sure, like I say, take care to notice that the posters are not me. The posters are up here letting you know who's sharing these. And I do want to make sure that they get credit because it's not me who's doing this. I'm just sharing their shares. Yeah, we're all very sherry. I do hope that was loud enough for you to hear it. I'll try to tweak the audio if necessary, because there's no way I'm gonna get clipped for for copyright. That wasn't close, but they are having a great time. Totally worth sharing. And now I've got the funny pictures that people who went to the convention were happy to share here. You can see the familiar faces and the unfamiliar, and of course a couple of Ians doing some weird stuff. Goofing off. I like that they've got Jenny kind of in there on the side. All right, now we've got some more shared images by someone who went and was able to get some pictures. They had some rules against cameras except for certain people, and so the people who took advantage of it, I appreciate you sharing these. It's very nice. I do want to make sure that they get credit, but I don't see their listing here, so I'm going to share that with you here at the end. That looks like that was from on Twitter, Diona_Outlander, though her @ name is a little different. Again, want to make sure people get credit for this. All right, and these are a group of images, same poster, same person sharing, pardon me, bouncing in. We've got, there's Richard, there's Joey and Charles, and now then there's Kristen. I did hear that she kind of jumped in and had really seamlessly fit in with the group, at least during the panels. So welcome, Kristen. We are really glad to have you feel like you fit in, and honestly I cannot wait to see how she does on screen. I know there's some disappointment in losing our old Jenny, but we need to embrace the new one. It's the story that counts, and we know that our casting directors do a fantastic job. Speaking of Kristen, there she is. It looks like I'm trying to drink some champagne with no hands, and that is a lot of oysters. So hopefully she's got a big appetite and a little bit thirsty. New pic of Kristen Atherton, who plays Jenny Murray on Outlander Season 7. This is shared by Outlander Online. And again, I think we just need to kind of embrace the fact she's going to be there and pull for her to do a good job, because this is our story. So we want to, have it done as best as we can. Trust the casting directors. Let's move on, because I've got Sam coming up here in a little bit. I'd like to get to it. On day 2, they offered group photos because Lewis was unavailable for day 1, and so we can see some of the group photos that were taken and shared by people. Again, this one is shared by Batgirl's Outlander fandom. It's at Batgirl95UA, and she's again one that I like to follow. She does a really good job of updating information and just sharing little bits and pieces from time to time. Here we can see we've got the cast just kind of chilling, or at least the cast that was able to be there, a group photo. And I really enjoyed this one, so I did want to share it with you. We had Sam with some police officers in Texas, so why not John sitting on a Kansas City police department motorcycle. And now, I wonder if riding the bike in a kilt is the best idea. Other than that, fantastic. I'm glad he's having a good time. And now I am going to switch gears and get to Sam, because I'm going to start it with a little something. As you know, on the 7th, Graham and Sam had the release of their Clanlands book for New Zealand. And of course, they had to do a little bit of promoting for their book. This is one promotion. And you got to watch it. It's funny.
Small, yes, child's chairs.
Do you have to sit like that though?
What I am sitting. What am I sitting wrong?
This is a PG show, by the way.
Yes.
So hold on, am I doing something wrong? Am I sitting?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, what are you? So you're doing that?
You always see far too much flesh. Did you like our intro?
I'm not doing it deliberately. I'm just trying to. Okay, is that better?
Yes.
Can you really?
We should have practiced this, shouldn't we?
Sorry.
Hello everyone, how are you? Good night.
Poor Graham, he wasn't trying to be indecent, and really you just saw a little extra thigh. I'm not sure. Well, people in the audience probably saw more than thigh. Oh boy, oh boy. You know what? Wearing a kilt is problematic, and anyone who has worn, not that they are the same thing, a skirt, knows that open bottoms can be problematic at best while sitting, while the wind blows, when it's cold, when, yeah, kind of just in life. Now, last week I went over an interview and that seemed to go over pretty well. So I'm going to go over yet another one. And so this interview was done by Collider, and it doesn't talk about Outlander so much as it talks about the experience Sam has with Graham while they are filming Men in Kilts. Now, the fun thing about this particular article isn't necessarily all that interesting quotes, but the way that Sam seems to have decided to torture Graham by choosing activities that really, really take him out of his comfort zone. I don't know if you recall, but in season 1, when Sam and Graham and all the fellas in the clan were having themselves a game of, is it field hockey? During the filming, Graham did some work and got out there so they could have some shots, and then he either feigned being tired or hurt himself and basically got to sit out a good portion of the filming because of that. And I believe that Sam has wanted a way to sort of get back at him all this time, and wouldn't you know it, Men in Kilts has been that opportunity for him between the zip lining, the canoeing, the, what was it, the throwing things, and yeah, it's just all been one crazy adventure of activities, and not just that, but dangerous activities. And Graham has been a real trooper going along with them. Once again, they do use a really wonderful picture to get us interested in the article. But as you can see, it is from Collider, Clanlands. Sam Heughan is the energizing bunny to Graham McTavish's elder statesman. And that is a quote taken from the interview of Sam, talking about his adventures with Graham. Now, as I said, the bulk of this interview is about Men in Kilts, but it's generally actually about the book written based on their adventures. And Sam says that a lot of the things that happened here were inspired because they had so much time out from COVID, and getting to travel to New Zealand during that time was a bit of a blessing. They weren't sure if it was going to happen at first. Now, as I said, this is about Men in Kilts, but mostly it is about their writing for the book, and the history of how they got there. When it came to doing the season 1, it was pretty easy that they knew where they were going. They knew who to talk to. Basically, it was Sam taking Graham on a tour of Scotland. And when it came to going to New Zealand, it was sort of the opposite. As Graham is based in New Zealand, this was his stomping grounds, and though, of course, they still needed a guide to give them a tour, it was more familiar space for him. Not that Sam didn't find some ways to make him a bit uncomfortable with some of the activities. Now, I'm not going to go through this article and quote it like I did the last one, because he's not giving short answers. They're paragraphs long, and it's way better if you read it yourselves. Me trying to paraphrase him every 5 seconds does nobody any good. But our journalist Christina Radish did have some fun questions about his experiences with Graham, and honestly how people would see Sam doing all of these strange activities. Not strange, just crazily adventurous. And the answers for what people might think of him doing all of this, he says they'd be surprised. Maybe he doesn't know. He was never setting out to be an entrepreneur or anything like that. And all of these adventures and all of these opportunities simply came to him because of all of the success he's had on Outlander, which I think most of us kind of know. You get that one big break, and a lot of times it allows you to pursue other dreams. And not only that, he's lucky enough that with these opportunities that he's been able to share with us and with friends, we seem to enjoy it, and that allows him to continue it. And so he's really grateful for not just his success, but our joy in watching him enjoy his success, I suppose, because he really enjoys sharing what he's passionate about. One of the more interesting stories for me, though, was hearing that at some point Sam got COVID and things were shut down. They couldn't get things done. And he was ready to sort of pack it in. But there were, of course, contracts that made him obligated to finish. And he was able to find the inspiration, the momentum, the need to go forward. And thanks to that, we do have Men in Kilts, we have Clanlands, and we have Sam healthy eventually and able to get back to things. One thing I did take away from this article is that Sam always filled with gratitude about the opportunities he's been allowed to pursue. And even when things did get difficult, He had worry about how things would go, but in the end, it's about meeting that goal of completing the journey. And at the end of all of this, Sam says that what we ought to do when we take vacations and or excursions is to write something about it, write a memoir, because you'll be surprised the details that you'll remember that you wouldn't otherwise if not putting pen to paper or finger to keyboard. However you do it, keeping a bit of a record does help you not only maintain the memory of the time you had, but maybe pick up on things that you may have missed just thinking about it. And again, I will include the link to that interview below because I could not do it justice. It was one, quite a bit longer, and two, it really is full of just some personal thoughts about his time with Graham and working on both the television series for Men in Kilts and the book itself. I will tell you though, there is already discussion for a season 3. He's just not revealing where it'll take place. Now, I would like to leave you with a few parting things to remember. One, the Couples Next Door trailer is available if you'd like to check it out. I can't share it with you here for copyright reasons, obviously, but I'll include the link below so you can go watch it yourself at your own convenience. Two, I did see another special for Starz this week, and it is for $40 for a year. And once again, I have to correct myself in a video. I just recorded this yesterday and already that deal seems to be gone. Not only that, but when I do a search for whatever Starz deals are available, I'm getting multiple answers. $2.99 for the first 6 months, $5 for the first 3 months, and that $40 for the year. I don't know what's available where you are, and I don't know what to suggest specifically because, quite frankly, Starz can't make up its mind. All I can say is that I am going to try to let you know if there's anything big that actually seems true and probably make that a short video of its own. So even then, I really don't know what to suggest to anybody who wants to get Starz. If you see a good deal, grab it while it lasts, to last long enough for me to suggest them to you before they're gone. And 3, if you missed it, I did release kind of a bonus video earlier this week. I knew things were going to be hectic, and they got a little bit more hectic with the news for the strike for the actors, but I wanted to make sure you got something in case I wasn't able to get to this. And for everyone who has stuck with me as we are going through Outlander, I appreciate you sticking with me, but we aren't even close to halfway. We're going to be here for a while. If there's anything you'd like me to look up or check out specifically, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to give this channel a subscribe and this video specifically a like if you enjoyed it. And yeah, I think that's all I have for you today, but I will be back with you next week with more fun and information, maybe soon some behind the scenes, and until then, I'll see you there. I've got a leaf collection going out, and it's very noisy. I don't think you could hear it, though, I hope. One particularly interesting story to me was the, words are hard.